The assembly is alleging gross misconduct. My name is Uduak Daniel. In the course of the discourse, you can call the studio numbers 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705-4450. Fubara'S 19 Scenes Assembly is alleging gross misconduct, and the Rivers State House of Assembly is serving Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his deputy Ngozi Odu with a notice of misconduct allegations listing 19 constitutional infractions allegedly committed by the duo. Now, the Assembly's action have sparked a heated debate about governance, about accountability, and the rule of law in Rivers State. Now, one of the allegations is that Governor Fubara refused to present the 2024 appropriation bill to the House of Assembly, contrary to Section 121(1)(2) in bracket of the 1999 Constitution as amended. Now, these raises questions about the governor's commitment to transparency and accountability. As a resident of Rivers State Expressed says, and I quote, "As a citizen, I am worried about the impact of these allegations on our state's governance. We need transparency and accountability from our leaders." Now, another allegation is that Fubara, or Governor Fubara, withdrew and spent money from the consolidated revenue of the state in 2024 without any appropriation law. And now that has led to concerns about the governor's respect for the rule of law and the Constitution. A member of the Rivers State House of Assembly who wished to remain anonymous said, and I quote, "We are committed to upholding the Constitution, and we are also committed to ensuring that our leaders are held accountable for their actions." So the Assembly has also urged and alleged that a Governor Fubara violated Section 122 of the Constitution by authorizing expenditures from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of Rivers State, even after the Rivers State House of Assembly had declared a shutdown on Rivers State government expenditure. And furthermore, this is raising questions about the governor's respect for the legislative branch, as well as the issue of separation of powers. Right. Now, there has been quite a number of other allegations. One of such would include the disobeying of the Supreme Court's judgment that validated the order of the Federal High Court confirming that the governor spent money without appropriation in 2024, hindering or obstructing the Rivers State House of Assembly from performing its constitutional duties. And of course, demolishing the Rivers State House of Assembly hallowed chamber and auditorium. So the Assembly's action have sparked a heated debate, and it's a debate which is about governance, about accountability, and about the rule of law in Rivers State. As the situation is unfolding, though, it is quite essential to ensure the principles of accountability and transparency are upheld. Let's introduce our guest to you, who's joining us via phone call now. He's in the person of Barrister Hamed Tanimu Abubakar. Now, he is a lawyer and political conversationalist right here in Abuja. A very good morning to you, Barrister Ahmed. Are you there? Hello? Okay, we'll get in touch with the barrister in a short bit. But yes, keep in mind that you also have a duty, a responsibility to bring your voice into the discourse this morning. All right, Barrister Ahmed, are you there? Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Oh, appreciate. Good to hear your voice again after a while, and happy Ramadan.
Thank you.
Yes, please. All right, so Barrister, let's get into it already. we already know what is unfolding in Rivers State, the back and forth. We've seen how the Rivers State governor have come to Abuja, of course, to break the Ramadan fast with the president in the presence of the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike. Quite a number of Nigerians believe that that meeting itself, you know, especially in this religious period, would have sustained some sort of hand of friendliness between these two. But then others are arguing that the matter is not really about a Wike and a Fubara. It is about the assembly in Rivers State and the governor of Rivers State, which of course Supreme Court verdict or judgment had come saying that, look, the 27 lawmakers are still bona fide, you know, members of the PDP, and of course, well, we didn't quite talk about members of the PDP, but of course that they retained their seats and they were still, you know, lawmakers and all. And we've seen where the governor himself had seemingly extended a hand of handshake, trying to see or meet with the assembly members now, with regards the judgment of the Supreme Court. And we also saw how the issue of invitation, you did not send us invitation, we did not see any invitation, send us proof that you sent, you know, and all of that has been the order of the day. But the latest has now been 19 scenes of Siminalai Fubara has put out there, and it is expected that governor would come and see how he can talk himself out of these 19 scenes. From your point of view, I mean, you're a barrister and everything. What do you make of this, and where do you think we are going with this, and what would it be for as an outcome for the peoples of Rivers State?
Okay, the issue at hand is very simple. The governor has lost control of the State House of Assembly members. And in politics, majority carry the votes. And you can keep sentiment and emotion aside. It will do no good to the issue at hand. He had the opportunity, like most state governors in all the states, they have a firm grip. In fact, 90% of the various state houses of assembly are just mere rubber stamp that is under the whims and caprices of the various state governors. They do what the governor says. But in Rivers' case is different. I mean, Governor Fubara failed to look at the fact in issue. He came on board via a structural system, a political machine that is in the firm grip of the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike. This political system happens to be the platform that has produced the senators at the federal level, the House of Rep members, almost all the various state of assembly members. So for a governor that wants to be independent of godfatherism, if he wants to fight it, then he should have the backing of the state houses of assembly members, because they are the ones that can impeach him, not the national, not a minister that is in Abuja. But he has failed in that aspect. Then equally, he has not really worked within the ambit of the law. A lot of persons, they believe because they are powerful, because they believe they have wealth, you cannot abuse the process of the law and you think you'll not be found wanting. If certain acts, conditions, and terms are clearly spelled out, that must be observed. If you fail to observe those acts, terms, conditions, then the court cannot protect you. All along, they claim the 27 members have defected. Well, the Supreme Court has emphatically stated there was no evidence to show and confirm their defection. When we talk about evidence, you will talk about what you can tender in court, not the one you saw on the television, them hobnobbing with APC chairman and APC members, not them announcing to the world that I have defected. As well, I can announce myself as the president of Nigeria. In fact, I can have regalia, I can put at the back of office or back of my seat, that doesn't make me a president. I can only be a president if I've participated in an electoral process, I've been returned as the winner in that process, and I've been sworn in. That is when I can now lay claim, or anyone can now lay claim to my earlier assertion as the president. So it goes for the River State, and it's good that the Supreme Court have put a finality. So going back to the political scene now, before now, the president has intervened, trying to mediate, but the governor felt he's powerful, he's smarter, and in fact even having recourse to the political dynamics of the state. The judges and the inquirers, we know the division amongst them, and we thought, if you look at the various ethnic composition, the inquirers happens to be the most powerful, the most entrenched politically, and then the judges follow suit. But in this instant case, Fubara'S here to develop
All right, we will indeed get with our guest in a short bit. Well, experiencing a downtime right now, but yeah, he has spoken extensively, putting it out there that look, the Supreme Court has finally put or laid to rest, the matter on ground, and of course, it's talking about proof. There's no such thing as hearsay or handshake with the opposition party and all of that. That's not the basis, for holding someone, to ransom in certain, matters, especially when it has to do with River State. Well, are you back? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. We lost, your voice in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, the network is a challenge everywhere.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that the governor have failed to appreciate the power play in his state. He doesn't have the backing at the federal level. He has not been able to harness the opportunity of having the state house, the majority of the state house of assembly members to be on his side. To impeach a governor, you need 1/3 of the members to sign petition, and once they've done that, all the other processes will kickstart.
So, Barrister, let me ask you very quickly. Yeah. So, is this to mean that the odds are against Fubara, and is this to also mean that Nigerians should expect that Governor Siminalayi Fubara might just be impeached?
Absolutely. When you have more competent governors that are people-oriented, that have delivered the dividends of the democracy to the people. In fact, if you are looking at the most honest governor of Kaduna State, Balarabe Musa, he was impeached, not for any other reason, but because he doesn't have majority in the State House of Assembly. We've seen several deputy governors being impeached for flimsy excuses, such as maintaining a poultry farm, such as not going to go and greet the governor. So many flimsy excuses. Because you see, what the main thing about impeaching a governor is a gross allegation of gross misconduct. And what is gross misconduct? It's a subjective term. Any allegation can be gross in the eyes of the National Assembly. They could interpret, even allowing them to go to the Supreme Court to determine that they are still members, to be an act that is gross misconduct. So Fubara is not living in tune with what is happening in terms of the reality of the day, unless he have a different plan off his sleeve, which we doubt it will work. For now, there's no stopping or going back on this impeachment, and the processes and the procedure being followed is constitutionally provided in section 188 of the Constitution. The Chief Judge, even though a lot of people have been complaining, the Chief Judge have no say. It is a constitutional provision. No Chief Judge in the history of Nigeria has refused to constitute the panel to investigate the governor. Once the Speaker sent in the letter, a direction, requesting the Chief Judge to constitute 7 men of impeccable integrity that are not in the political circle, that don't have any political affiliation, those members will commence work. And it's for the governor to go and make representation directly, or he can get his counsel to represent him. After the panel must have finished sitting, a report will be sent back to the State House of Assembly. If the State House of Assembly deem that, yes, from what is before them, the governor is culpable, there's no stopping, Fubara is gone. The time he came and met the president to iftar is okay, but you see, the president had earlier intervened. He had failed to use that opportunity. I believe Wike is an appointee of the Mr. President. If he had actually complied with the terms of agreement they earlier executed, Wike's hand would have been tied. In politics, it's about give and take. There are certain things that you cannot have it all. Majority carry the votes. Minority will have their say. There's political permutation. There's give and take. There's compromise. If I'm in Fubara'S shoes, by now I would have at least half of the assembly members will be on my side, so that impeachment will be almost impossible. But from what I've heard that obtains in Rivers, Fubara'S' claim to power is more or less on the strength of the Ijaws agitators, the Ijaws militants, in the sense that they believe nothing could happen, because you see the likes of Asari Dokubo giving out threats. A lot of the Ijaw agitators, they are behind the governor. But what they fail to realize is that they are not running an Ijaw enclave. Rivers State has other tribes, other nationalities, the Calabarese, and so others. So what is important is about majority. Majority of the members of the State House of Assembly. Will they want to impeach the governor? If they have made effort, they have made attempts, the governor will definitely go. So for me, I think the intervention of the president and other consideration, like for some are calling for this declaration of a state of emergency, which we believe can be triggered. You see, Nigerians, we are very clever in circumventing existing laws. What he needs to do, what some have even suggested openly, is that he will create a condition of insecurity, and a state of emergency will be declared. The whole activities of governors of the state will be suspended for maybe 6 months. He might now want to use that time to now see how he can reach out to his godfather or to the State House of Assembly members so that they can be on his side.
So, but let me ask you, do you also think that this is not a case of oppression? Because I say oppression, why? It has also been, in the news, the fact that the governor, Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State, had tried to reach out to the assembly members, but they blatantly refused, his meeting. Well, they allegedly said that they didn't see an invite from the governor, and the governor on his part was also saying through his aide that they also sent an invite. When such things happen, don't you think that would be overheating the polity in Rivers State, and might as well nosedive into a political crisis in Rivers State should an impeachment be attempted or made on the sitting governor?
To my mind, Fubara'S got it wrong once again. If you look at, as a result of the fallout of the Supreme Court judgment, what is expected of him at this time is to allow the nerves to be calm. I was thinking he will send a formal letter from his office recognizing the decision of the Supreme Court and urging the State House of Assembly for the progress of their state, so that they can come together and work. And before you even send in the letter, most times it's always advisable politically that you reach out. There are key factors in the State House of Assembly: the Speaker, the leader of the House, the whip. You meet the head of various, the minority leader, you reach out to them individually so that you can now have a conducive atmosphere. We should not think Fubara'S is completely innocent and is the one that is the victim. Have you forgotten? Only last year where he He demolished the State House of Assembly complex because he doesn't want them to sit under the guise of renovation. We know the shenanigans, and this payback time. So what ordinarily it should be is not for him as the one higher up to think that he can coerce the State House Assembly to give him. It doesn't work that way. Every politician believes in his superiority, especially if he has an enabling law backing his position, backing his action. In this instant case, it is for the governor to reach out politically before making physical attempt at visiting the State of Assembly to present the budget. That is not how it's done. We've always clamored that budget representation should be a synchronization of ideas between the executive and the legislature, so that when the eventual public presentation is made, most of the items there have been harmonized. In this instant case, I don't think the House of Assembly members are in sync with the governor. In fact, the last time they had close contact when some of them were complaining of the harassment they suffered in the house of the governor. So for the governor to just walk up to the State House of Assembly thinking all is well, all is not well, enmity is apparent, he ought to have worked on that enmity. He ought to have worked on the members to see how he can bring them back. Is give and take. He makes some promises, makes some assurances, seek for security guarantee. Then things can now go back to normal. If it's in a normal situation, I assure you, I have friends that are in various states of House of Assembly. Practically, they dine with the governor on a daily basis. They are like his boys. He just tell them what to do, and voila, they do it even in addition to what he did not even ask. So why in the case of Rivers different? It's different because you now have another bigger factor. Here's some wicked that controlling the will of not all people but elected representative of the people.
All right, let's put it back to your thoughts. Go on a recess. We will come back, and when we do, we will look into this matter some more. Right. Well, it is Eagles Outlook, and when we do come back from this recess, we would open the phone lines officially. Should you have the numbers, this is me announcing that the phone lines is officially open, so you can as well, get your thoughts in, and let's have this conversation to a place of conclusion. My name is Udwak Daniel. We'll be right back.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Are you a Nigerian undergraduate with big ideas for change? Are you passionate about governance, activism, and social impact? Do you want to create real impact in your community and have your voice heard on key national issues? The Youth Leadership Development Program YLDP 2025 is here. This is your chance to gain first-class leadership training, mentorship, and secure up to 2.5 million naira to bring your community change project to life and advocate for the Nigeria we want. Don't miss out. Visit www.nigeriayouthfund.org to apply now. Application deadline is 14th March 2025. Time is ticking, so hurry. YLDP 2025 is powered by the Nigeria Youth Futures Fund, NYFF, and implemented by Leap Africa.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Has anyone told you you can talk about your business on radio for just 20,000 naira? Get a chance to talk your business for 25 minutes on The Entrepreneur, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. For more inquiries, call 090-9984-4433. 090-9984-4433. Hurry now.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
And yes, we're still looking into the matter of political issues and crisis as is going on in Rivers State, especially with the Supreme Court judgment that the 26 lawmakers or 27 lawmakers are indeed bona fide, House of Reps members, and their seats cannot be declared vacant except by the Speaker himself, right? Just this morning, we've seen how the sitting governor of Rivers State, has been slammed with 19 infractions. In fact, the way some papers, dailies have it, 19 sins, they call it. Refusal to present the 2024 appropriation bill to the House of Assembly, contrary to Section 121. 1 and 2 of the 1999 Constitution is amended, withdrawing and spending money from the consolidated revenue of the state in 2024 without any appropriation law. I mean, it goes on and on, hindering or obstructing the Rivers State House of Assembly from performing its constitutional duties, to matters that border around seizing the salaries of some members of a Rivers State House of Assembly, refusing to rescind his actions despite several letters and published resolutions, ignoring the judgment of the Federal High Court, disregarding the Supreme Court's judgment and condemned his actions, and undermining the rule of law and the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Having this discourse with us has been, and still is, Barrister Ahmed Tanimu Abubakar, who's a lawyer and political conversationalist. Well, we'll just open the phone lines and get to hear your thoughts in this matter and what you think would be the aftermath, of all of these tension that's going on in Rivers State. 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888. Well, let's stick with 0907-353-0044. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, this is Ibrahim Musa from Izangura, the local government of Niger State.
Awesome. Welcome aboard. Talk to us. What do you think?
And I hold BSc in Studies and Conflict Resolution.
Awesome. That's even better. Talk to us.
First and foremost, I want to appreciate that lawyer. He is a lexicographer. I'm so proud of him as a fellow barryman.
Okay.
So, yes. If Titus is black, all cats are black. All cats are black, Titus is black. Hence, the governor has disregarded the judgment of the Supreme Court, which is known as res judicata. In law, what is called res judicata is that is the finality of the law,
okay,
of the judgment. And this is what the Supreme Court has said. That there is no evidence to show that those people have defected. And the governor went ahead and disrespected that great judgment. And that is why the National Assembly's disrespect for him is legal. And that is why last time they locked him out. If he had not disregarded the judgment of the Supreme Court, it would have been very, very bad for the assembly members to lock him out, because in law, crown does not bow. Just like National Assembly will say, hey, make Tinubu come. To come and do what? To come and bow for who? Tinubu is Nigeria, and then the law follows. So therefore, as far as I am concerned, according to the lawyer, indeed, Fubara'S can be impeached and get out of that place because of his own action of figment of intellectual lunacy, even as a professor, falling foul of such type of great learning in law and democracy. And I will add to you that it's very unfortunate that America has been able to swindle the entire world into political failure in the world. And that is where the United Nations has also failed.
Ibrahim, let's base it on River State and Saga. But we appreciate you though.
Appreciate you.
Right. Ibrahim right there giving us 2 cents and even taking it outside the shores of Nigeria. Well, appreciate you right there. But yeah, you can still put your calls through 0907 353 0044 or 0907 353 0044. Better still, get onto the WhatsApp portal number and just send us a WhatsApp message only, letting us into your thoughts on the matter. Hello. Okay, that's a miss though. Well, let's get back with our guest right now and engage with him. Okay, we'll just take this call though. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning to you, please. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, Emmanuel from Katampe.
All right, Emmanuel, very straight to the point. Let's have your thoughts.
Say, your guest speaker has spoken very well, but all in defense of the shenanigans that are taking place in Rivers. Everything he has said about negotiation and compromise and whatever of this thing boils down to corruption.
Corruption?
Yes, corruption.
In what sense, please?
Why will I have to negotiate what I'm bringing to you for the populace before you can assent to it? Why do I have to come and negotiate? Why do I have to go lobbying people to get things done? If they are there for the public, for the entire interest of the populace, let them play very good cards. Yes, he has done something he has heard on at demolition of the house of whatever, and they themselves could not say they have not defected. Everybody publicly see it. What document are we waiting for to know that they have defected from the ruling party in that state down to APC? What document? If the law is not working well, we should sit down and look at our electoral laws and look at our laws in this country. Whatever anybody is doing, the God Almighty will judge everybody according to.
All right.
Nobody is born to be in the palace. If you say you will not allow him to do his work, you cannot take him out of this world. The intervention of the Mr. President the other day was very good, but it was one-sided and twisting one person. It untwisted Fubara for the Minister of FCT.
Okay.
What are we looking at?
Okay.
If governance is about the people, it shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
Everything has consequences. Forget about whether Ijo, whether Ikore or whatever. The place that has been at peace, you want to bring out anarchy now. You want to pitch the people against themselves. This camp, that camp, this camp. No, we shouldn't try to raise anarchy in this country.
All right.
We have enough problem already.
Appreciate that from you.
All the principal staff of the president, they are all egocentric in their various states. What is wrong with them? They have finished their job. They have finished their own tenure.
All right, let's get back with the guest. Let's get back with the guest. Appreciate you though. Thank you. He has raised quite a number of issues and concerns, but let's just very quickly take this message and then we'll get back with the barrister himself. This one right here says, okay, it's coming from Sanusi, all the way from Suleja, says, to every game, there are rules, or there must be rules. The best way to play a good game is simply follow the rules. When you are not playing by the rules, then OIO, that is your case. That's what he says. It's like a student that answered all the questions brilliantly, but without reading or following the instructions. Okay, and I guess he laughs, and he says, he has wonderfully succeeded in doing nothing. He missed out outrightly. No two ways about that. Have a wonderful deliberation. Okay, Sanusi right there from Suleja. And this one is coming from... okay, who's this now? You didn't quite give me your name and where it is that you're messaging from. please do well to include your name and where you're messaging from so we can take your message right there. Okay. From where? Where are you messaging from? Okay. Anyways, let's get back with you, Barrister. You heard what Nigerians are saying now. Family members that brought, their thoughts in. How do you respond to this? Because there are some angles to it. I mean, one of such would be the fact that even though the president intervened, but it was a one-sided intervention. I'm twisting the sitting governor over the godfather who happens to be Nyesom Wike in Abuja. That's one of the concerns. Another concern that some Nigerians will be having now is, okay, should the governor be impeached? Who's gonna be at the interim? Who's gonna be representing? Would there be an interim government or a governor? What's it gonna be like? And all of that. And then there is also the issue of raising anarchy in the state, where this might throw the state in chaos should the governor be impeached. And then fundamentally, an issue that was raised was one which indeed borders around or hampers on whose interest is upheld between these two warring parties. The people, should it be about the people, or should it be about the lawmakers, or should it be about the governor? Must the governor bow to present something that has to do with the people? And should the assembly members also try to play the place of formality when the people are suffering from their actions and inaction? Are you there? Okay, Barrister, we will get back with you in a short bit, all right? It's really crazy what the network is about in this country, and it's so sad that we keep talking about these things, and yet those in the high echelon, they listen and have not really done something very substantial. Well, let's get back with him, though. Hello, good morning. Are you there?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
So,
yes. The objection is noted.
Mm-hmm.
You see, public opinion is subjective, so it's entitled. Some that had a different opinion are entitled to their opinion.
Right.
Me, I'm not from Fubara'S State. I'm talking about facts. Is it right for a governor to be impeached? I think we should have more of the impeachment of governors and even presidents. If they are not living to expectations, elected members at the National Assembly and the State Assembly should represent the yearning and aspirations of the people. Maybe the deputy could do better. Let's give him a try. That's the angle I'm seeing it from. Okay.
All right. Well, there's this message coming from... okay. This one is coming from Uchenna, I think, in Lube. It says, good morning, presenter. Everything that is happening in Rivers State is all about Wike, an ex-governor who believes that he owns the state and such. No one should dare him, and some people are blindly supporting Wike simply because he's doing the same in Lagos. All right. Okay, Uchenna right there from Lube. Okay. It said he's an Abulusia Ngene. I didn't get that part. But, well, that's what he has to say in that regard. But let's go take this one. Hello, good morning.
Hey, hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, please.
My name is Desmond, calling from National Assembly Quarters.
All right, Desmond, welcome aboard. Talk to us.
I just want to contribute a little bit.
Yes, please.
To me, Fubara no get case. Make him obey all the things that the Supreme Court tell her.
Okay, no wahala.
In don't pop up for the first time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that one. And we see this one coming from Sanusi, of course, adding to it, saying anarchy is lawlessness, and lawlessness is when you don't respect the rules of law. All right, well, okay. So, Barrister, you didn't quite add your voice, to the matter that borders around whose interest should be supreme. Is it the interest of
people's interest?
Is this bickering and clashes and the place of superiority and power? Is it in the people's interest?
Well, if you look at it, the type of democracy that we operate is a representative one, whereby all of us cannot take decision collectively. That is why we elect people to represent us into the various state house of assembly and at the national level. If they are not living up to expectation, just as it's easy for impeachment of the governor to be carried on, we equally have a recall process for the state house of assembly members. If any person is complaining, we should leave it to those in Rivers State. They should commence recalling their state house of assembly members. That has not been done. It shows they are together. It shows the state house of assembly members are the ones actually representing the yearnings of the people. As a governor that is facing such kind of threats, in my mind, I thought I would have equally instigated the people to start the recall process, so that the general public will know that the actions being carried out are being carried out not based on the people's expectation. But he has failed to do that as well. So if you are following law, it's better you follow law without sentiment or emotion. In my mind, unless any of the other strategy of circumventing the law is implemented, Fubara'S is as good as gone.
All right, let me.
In any case, can hardly function as a governor, because any motion, any bill he sent will be discarded. Any appointment he makes, they will reject it. So how can he function as a governor?
Let me come in here now. The issue of godfatherism, right? As before now, didn't used to be something that was emboldened in our faces. We just get to hear it. We just get to see it as an incentive here and there. Oh, it's that person that's backing him up. Oh, it's that woman that's backing him up. That powerful man and all of that. But to see this blatantly, being expressed right in front of us. I mean, Wike, the Minister of the FCT, has been seen to be the godfather, in terms of institutionalizing Fubara'S in office. And ever since, the take-up of position by Fubara'S in Rivers State, he has been also very frontal about, making serious speeches, towards the Rivers, state in itself. Now, does this raise concern for you about politics in Nigeria? That's one. And this fallout that we're seeing between the House of Reps as well as the National Assembly, as well as the sitting governor of Rivers State. If we did not see this fallout, do you not think that everything would seemingly, we would not see some of these things that's going on, in the political scene? Is it even healthy for us? The way, if this is the exact same way that things were happening in other states, don't you think that it will also be revealing quite a number of things to us, and that will also help in aiding the democracy that we want, where indeed certain things will be put in the right perspective and the people will be prioritized in the entire process?
I think for me, the survival of democracy should be hinged more on constitutionality and observance of the rule of law. When you don't have law, people will naturally abuse the process. So for us to make a claim about entrenching democracy, emphasis must be placed on rule of law. Has the Constitution provided for the impeachment of the governor? Yes, Section 188. Has the process been followed? Is being followed. Will the outcome likely result in the impeachment of the governor? Yes. The question now is not about whether the governor, the democracy is being entrenched, whether the people's yearning and aspirations are being taken care of. We have a flawed system.
Okay.
Nobody is talking about making amendments to the Constitution so that those areas that we notice as posed continuous challenge should be addressed.
So whose job is it to put it out?
There is local government autonomy.
Yeah.
If you see governors and politicians resisting electoral reform, there are a lot of issues in the Constitution and nobody seems to be interested.
So whose job? Whose job is it to ensure that?
Collective responsibility is our collective responsibility. Most importantly, as citizens, we have right to demand that the members representing us should take specific action. There are constituency office across, but nobody cares. All what we are interested now is palliative, receiving 25 kilogram of rice. And when it's election time, people are giving 5,000, 10,000. They sell their votes. They cry throughout in the next 4 horrible years. And this is what we're contending with. Until we now start demanding accountability at all levels. If you demand that as a member of a political party at your ward level, only people of integrity, people of proven track record are appointed as delegates. If you start from the delegate system, you start from the local government chairman, you start from ensuring that in your constituency, no member of State House of Assembly, National House of Assembly will be elected unless persons that have the love for people, the fear of God, the sincerity of purpose, people that have been tested. They are not going into politics because of the spoils in office. They are going into politics to make effective representation. Do we have such kind of people? I doubt. In the first time of Obasanjo, we have a semblance of that. When you have the likes of late Idris Abubakar, you have some people that could speak out. But now, basically, everybody is just interested in their sitting allowances, in what they will get. So godfatherism has been entrenched. Political rascality has been entrenched. Democracy, the deepening of democracy on daily basis is being eroded. Electoral reform, constitutional reform, and active people's participation. Those are the key ingredients that we need before government will be held accountable. But as we have it now, what is happening in Rivers is just in one fold. At the national level, you can see what is happening.
Right.
A lot of people are helpless, a lot of people are helpless, a lot of people are agitated. Things are going off the roof. People can barely eat. The cost of electricity is out of the reach of the common man. And then if you see all this and you think you have a responsible government that will be looking for measures to address those issues, rather they resorted into propaganda. They are launching projects that don't exist. People have been looting funds, and they look for distraction. So Rivers is another form of distraction.
Okay.
What we are just analyzing is the legality of it. It is legal, but it's a big distraction, and it has no positive bearing on our democracy and good governance.
All right. Well, we will wrap up with this message coming from Basil, who's a first-timer from Guaz. Welcome right there. And he says, good morning, sir. Wike is the architect of the whole thing that is happening in Rivers State today, simply because he wants to be the Jagaban of Rivers, just the way the president dictates what happens in Lagos. It's quite unfortunate, Basil says. Well, I want to say a big thank you to you, Barrister Ahmed Tanimo Abubakar, for adding your voice in the discourse today. You are a lawyer and a political conversationalist. We look forward to better days and more conversations with you in the future.
Thank you for having me. It's a delight to be on your program always.
Fine, thanks. You're welcome. Well, and yes, to each and every one of us, and especially to you too, that has been trying to, reach out but can't. Thank you, far too kind. We will continue to monitor, what's going on in Rivers State. The barrister says this is yet another distraction, and that, of course, the issue of godfatherism now has become, entrenched, in our democracy, in our political structure, that nobody's even batting an eye now. It does seem as though people are trying to make their mark and try to, hold their siege, to certain powers and authority that as they can wield per time. But yeah, as we look at and see what happens with the fate of the River State governor, and hoping against hope that this will not indeed lead to a place of chaos, in River State. This time would be time for us to go get the business news, and after that, of course, we'll get into the general open banter. Promises to be a very, very lovely conversation.
This
is Eagles 102.3 News, your number one radio experience you can count on.